Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool setup here, and this is Paul's telephone equipment from Massachusetts. And so basically what we have here is a Kellogg CandleStick telephone, and in the back we have a bell box to the left that has a magneto, so it has a crank, and we also have a bell box to the right which we acquired for Paul. And basically what he's going to do here is he has another candlestick on the way that's on a scissors, and so basically it's mounted to the wall, and then you can just pull the candlestick towards you and get on the telephone. And so it's on a pair of scissors like a conductor's telephone would be from the old days. And so what he's going to do here, he's got a pretty cool project going on. He's already laid the wiring underground for the two telephones. He's going to have a candlestick and a bell box in one barn, and then he's going to have another candlestick and bell box in another barn. And so what they're going to do is he's going to have them set up to where it's an intercom system, and when you crank one magneto, the other magneto in the other barn will ring, and then when you crank that other bell box, the other one will ring at the other barn. And so basically when you crank these, it'll ring its own bell at the magneto box, at the bell box, but it'll also ring the other box in the other barn. So basically it's an intercom system, and that will be the signal that somebody's on the line waiting to talk. And so the candlesticks will be wired, and they'll have a battery, so that will be their talk power, and they'll be able to contact each other from barn to barn. So he's got a really cool project going on here. And with this Kellogg candlestick, what we're going to be doing is we're going to replace the receiver capsule cloth cord, and then we're going to replace his line cord that's cloth with a newer style cloth cord that will simply plug into a telephone jack. And we're also going to draw up the schematic of how he wants to wire the battery into the situation so that he will have talk power. So they're very cool pieces of equipment, and he's got a great idea here, and we're going to start putting this all together and getting it straightened out. And we're going to get some video of this as we move along and get the cloth cords on the candlestick telephone, and then we'll give you some still pictures of these bell boxes. But we're going to take a short break now and start working on the candlestick telephone, and we'll kind of go from there. But we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we are finished up with the two candlesticks. And so in the earlier part of the video with our Kellogg candlestick, we needed to replace the receiver capsule cloth cord. Then we also needed to add a cloth line cord about 6 foot. And then in the meantime, Paul was sending in the American candlestick that is on a scissors. And so this is a very cool telephone. And we have finished this one off. We decided that we wanted to keep the original cloth cord that was on it, but yet pigtail a line cord so he could plug it into a regular telephone jack, and that work has been performed. And we also went through both candlesticks and made sure that everything was working, the hook switch and everything. So we want to set this candlestick to the side here real quick, and we want to go ahead and pick this candlestick up. I'm going to give you some dial tone. Now these two phones have the original transmitters and receivers in them. I want to remove the receiver to this candlestick, give you some dial tone. And if you watch the analyzer here, if I tap on this candlestick here, you can see the transmitter is transmitting. And if I tap on the transmitter of the Kellogg, you can see that, and every time that red light lights, that's an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. So we know the telephones do work, and they're receiving and transmitting, and their hook switches work. We'll go ahead and hang both of them up. Now what we want to do is we want to move both candlesticks over to a regular line. And we'll go ahead and call with another telephone. Give you some dial tone. And we'll take another phone. We'll dial a time and temp number and then hang up.
Good evening. When you need body work, we're a short drive away. Offenburg Body Center, 234-0330. Today is Tuesday, December 18th. The time is 7:11. Current temperature at 53 degrees. Now the Belleville area weather forecast. Partly cloudy tonight, lows in the mid-30s. Wednesday, partly sunny in the morning, then becoming mostly cloudy, a high in the upper 50s.
Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll do the same thing with the American. Give you some dial tone.
Good evening. Shop online anytime at Offenburg.com. A short drive to great value. Today is Tuesday, December 18th. The time is 7:12. Current temperature 53 degrees. Now the Belleville area weather forecast. Partly cloudy tonight, lows in the mid-30s. Wednesday, partly sunny in the morning, then becoming mostly cloudy, a high in the upper 50s.
Okay, so we know both telephones are working, and what he's going to be doing with these telephones is he's going to use them as an intercom system. And so basically the telephones have been wired with modular cords because he's going to plug them in to a jack that's located near the telephone. So it's going to be more of a plug-and-play type situation. We're also going to draw him up a schematic of how to add a battery into the wiring of these telephones, because he's going to put them in two different barns and use them as intercom systems. And so he'll be able to talk on the battery-fed line and use it like an intercom, but then the two bell boxes in the back will be wired to a separate pair of line where he can crank one telephone and ring the bells of both telephones, and then if he's in the other barn, he can crank the other bell box and it will signal the other bell box in the other barn, and that will be an indication that they need to pick up the candlestick and start talking on it, because the bell boxes will be hardwired to a separate pair of line and the candlesticks will be wired to a second pair. So basically it's going to be a really cool situation what he's got going on here with the candlesticks and how he's going to connect them up. I want to make sure that this is stabilized. So what we're going to do is take a short break from the video, and we're going to go ahead and wire the bell boxes, and I'm going to move this candlestick out of the way. We're going to wire the bell boxes how they should be wired when they're at the location that Paul's going to use them. But Paul's got some really cool equipment here, and a very nice Kellogg candlestick that's finished up now, and an American candlestick on a scissors. And so he's got a really neat situation going on here, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and so what we're going to do is we're going to draw Paul a schematic of how he should connect these two bell boxes together, because he has a barn at one location and wiring ran to a barn at a different location. And so what we have here is the two bell boxes are wired together, and we have a light on one of the bell boxes. So when we crank the magneto on this bell box, we will be lighting this light and ringing this bell box's bell. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. And that's ringing both of the bells. Now we're going to go ahead and ring this bell box, and what will happen is the light will light, but it'll also be ringing this bell right here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to hang this little pin right here, and you'll see that kick back and forth. Okay, we had to take a short break there, but when it all comes down to Paul finishing up installing both of these bell boxes and getting them wired properly, he'll be able to crank one bell box and have that one ring and also signal the other bell box. And so that will be on one circuit, and then on the other circuit, which would be the second pair on the line that he has between the two barns, he'll be able to talk on one candlestick and talk on the other one, and they'll be able to have an intercom system, and we will show him how to wire that into a battery situation so that he has talk power. So he's going to have a really cool, unique situation with the telephone equipment that he has, and we'll bring back over both candlestick telephones. And then he'll have his American telephone, which is on the scissors. Very unique telephone. Very hard to find also. And a very cool piece of equipment. So Paul's going to have a really unique setup here. And if he wants to take some pictures of this, we'd certainly enjoy having them and put them up on the web page, because it's going to be a very cool situation. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.